Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. The feature race at Los Alamitos on Sunday is the $100,000 King Glorious Stakes for 2-year-old Calbreds going a mile. Bet this race, bet this card with a DRF Bets account. Sign up for a new one at bets.drf.com. Receive a 300% deposit match. Here's the field for the King Glorious. There is going to be a big favorite in here, and deservedly so. The number 2 Galilean has looked good in both lifetime starts. Last time out, they never left him alone, Matt. He was battling with 2 other horses, 3 other horses. He eventually had the lead, and that Cruel Intention was odds on, and Galilean fought him all the way down to the wire, and they were a half mile ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, only 16 lengths to be exact. You know, a small margin of separation between second and third. Look, if you believe that race or the career debut, and I recognize he's only a neck either way. He's a neck to the good and a neck to the bad there in that most recent run. He's still so much faster than anyone else in this race. There's only one other horse that I think is remotely close from a figure standpoint. But the question for me now becomes, here we go, we've got 2 turns. You got to deal with that for the first time. You got to deal with a horse with a running style that, look, he's going to be forwardly placed. I like the fact that he dug in as gamely as he did in that most recent run, but there is some other speed in here. I have to be honest, I just think he's the best horse in this race.
I think he's the best horse in this race, and I don't think he's going to have to go fast as he did last time out. We take a look at the Timeform US Pace Projector. They have Galilean out there on the early lead. Yes, he's going to have to go a mile, but he's only really stretching out a furlong. He's handled the Los Alamitos surface. He did so in that little stakes race in his debut. He's by Uncle Mo. There is stamina on the bottom of this pedigree. I think this is the family of Dance Smartly. I think Galilean against this field can get the mile. He's going to be a big, big favorite. Second choice on the morning line's the 7, Our Silver Oak. At least this horse has already gone a mile, albeit on the turf. It was a good effort against open, now winners of one other than horses, but Galilean handled him 2 starts back. I guess if you look at that race and say Galilean had an easier time of it from a pace standpoint in that race, and that Our Silver Oak had to do a lot of work closing from the back of the pack, I still think a lot of things have to happen for Our Silver Oak to turn the tables.
It's kind of how I look at it, but at the same time, this is also the only other horse that I was mildly intrigued with from what he's done thus far on the track, because from a speed figure standpoint, no one else is really even in the ballpark. I suppose maybe it's just a matter of this horse continuing to improve and continuing to mature. That most recent run, I know it was on turf, but the 4th place finisher went up north to Golden Gate and earned a 72 buyer, so there's at least some positives to be drawn from that. I have a hard time imagining him turning the tables.
The 6 is Tavan. He's one of 2-time winners in this field. This horse won his first 2 starts sprinting over the Tapeta surface at Golden Gate Fields. They tried to stretch him out in the Gold Rush last time out at a mile, and he was just eager coming out of the gate and pulling, and he got involved in a fast pace, and I don't really think that's his game. I think it's up to Kent DeZormo this time around. I'd take a good hold of this horse, maybe get him in behind horses and get him to relax, because I still think he can get the mile, although his dam was a stakes-winning sprinter.
Yeah, I don't think the distance is going to be too much of an issue for this one. I guess the bigger concern is what kind of trip are we going to work out, and how's he going to handle the main track for the first time. I think this one's okay and just okay, perhaps a minor reward.
The other multi-winner in the race is down towards the inside. Principe Carlo, who's won his last 2 starts on dirt, one of them at Los Alamitos, both of them sprinting. I guess there's a situation where this jock just says, I'm going to go. That's the best chance I have to win this race, and I'm going to try to take the race to Galilean. I'm not sure he's fast enough to do it, but he is inside that horse.
I was going to say, I kind of feel like that's the only way they have the chance to win. Both of his wins basically in gate-to-wire fashion. It's nice to see that horse that he beat most recently, the runner-up, Swamp Souffle, came back and earned a 69 winning on turf in the next start. But again, I just think there's a lot going against this horse.
How about the 3 Feeling Strong picking up some pieces here and spicing up your single race exotics at 10-1 on the morning line? I think this horse is bred to get the extra distance. His dam was a Group 3 stakes winner in Brazil going a mile. Feeling Strong is a half to a stakes place dirt router. This horse has sprinted 4 times. He got a good setup last time out when he beat It's 5 Somewhere, who we're going to talk about in a second. He may get another pace. He obviously has to run faster.
Yeah, I agree with you. I picked him fourth in here. I think they could certainly grab a minor award here. Paired up buyer tops of 61, so maybe you're going to get a forward move. The problem is, even if you get a forward move, I mean, you're at least 20 points slower than the main player in here.
It's 5 somewhere. No match for Feeling Strong in that race. He's also been beaten by Poppy C-Note, who's 20-1 on the morning line. But last time out, he came with a nice run over this surface, but it was a sloppy track, and it was against maiden claimers.
I can't help but think that sloppy sealed track may have been to this one's advantage as opposed to some of the other horses in there, because that was still the best race of his career. I don't like his chances.
Poppy C-Note all out to win last time out in a $50,000 stake-bred maiden claiming race. He's hit the board in 4 of 7 lifetime starts. I don't think he's fast enough to keep pace with a horse like Galilean early. Might have to come from mid-pack. And I'm a little concerned about the distance as well. I think he might want slightly shorter.
Also difficult through 7 lifetime starts to get too excited about him from a speed figure standpoint. Career best fig of 53, not fast enough to get it done. Although that win most recently in that maiden claimer 4th place finisher was the next out winner with a 60 buyer.
If Galilean puts on a show here, is it time to start thinking about the road to the Santa Anita Derby?
Well, I don't even know if I would say the Santa Anita Derby, but I think you at least owe it to yourself to find out if Open Company is within the realm of possibility. I'm trying to think from a timing standpoint. I believe the first race or the February race would be the San Felipe. I don't know if you want to dive right in to the Sham, which I believe is going to be in January. Maybe you try the San Felipe. If it doesn't work, you always have places to go elsewhere. Keep in mind also in January, I believe, are the Cal Cup races. So perhaps that's the next step. You go to Santa Anita, you're running a race like that, and if he goes on, puts a show there, then maybe you go on to a race like the San Felipe and see if he can handle bigger and better.
But we put up our top picks. Galilean is our top pick. You like the 7 underneath?
Yeah, I went 2-7-6-3 in here. I don't have much interest in playing this race. I will be interested to see what we get from this horse, though, because what he's shown in 2 lifetime starts, it at least gives you the indication or the hope that maybe there is a serious potential for going forward particularly against Open Company.
2-7-1-6 for me, but Galilean's got to get through the King Glorious before he starts thinking about bigger and better. Very promising son of Uncle Mo, owned in partnership by West Point Thoroughbreds. You can play the King Glorious. You can play this nice card on Sunday at Los Alamitos on the DRF Bets account. It's all there in yellow, red, and black. 300% deposit match. Bets.drf.com. An approximate post time for the King Glorious, 3:17 Pacific. Best of luck.